That's pretty good lighting. Good morning, friends. I'm walking through the leftover water in the road from the rain last night. Headed to the gym. You kind of know the drill. It is 5:21. Drinking my pre-workout. Doing that lower body. If I think of it, I'll put it on the screen. The lower body chat GPT workout. So there's going to be squats. There's going to be deadlifts today. And absolutely love those days. I don't know if you feel stronger than you do after you do squats and or deadlifts. Oh, so last night we were getting a little bit wishy-washy about leaving here, and then we laid down. Tell this story really quick. We laid down to watch a little bit of YouTube. We started watching some YouTube in Florida. We started visiting Florida. Oh, we go back and forth and back and forth, but we're missing Florida. It's not the same here, because you could say, well, you're surrounded by palm trees here. It's hot here. You can find sand here. And while all those things are true, we have different flowers that bloom here. There were parts of Florida and things in Florida that we fell in love with. So we started missing Florida last night. So I think while we hate to be leaving here, we are excited to be off to the next adventure. Anyway, thought I'd tell that story real quick. Other than that, that's really it for me this morning. Got a chiro today. Love chiropractor days. I need my neck adjusted. My neck's a little bit sore. I did some trap work the other day. So other than that, gotta get this down and get to the gym and get started. So I'll see you guys back shortly. Let you know how the workout went. Real quick, I also want to mention, I think today is the coldest. I say coldest, please understand that's in loose quotations. The coldest that it's been since we've been here. That storm that came in last night kind of kept the breeze, and it's still cloudy. It is 75 degrees out, and with the wind, it feels like that. It feels like it might be a touch cooler than 75. So it's extremely nice little morning to be walking to the gym. The only bad thing is around here, once you have a big rain like this, you typically have some bad mosquitoes that come out the next morning over into about the following 48 hours. So I haven't seen any yet, but thought I would touch on the weather because I know Julie talks about the weather all the time. But this morning, with this tank top on, it's actually a little bit chilly. I'm getting little goosebumps, if you can believe that. So thought I would tell that.
Good morning, everybody. It is 6 o'clock. Look what a clear morning it is. You can even see the mountains over there, the Sierra Nevadas. Oh my goodness. It's been a while since it's been this clear and we could see that well. It's a very quiet morning too. Good morning. My aunt is recovering nicely. Her teeth are just super sensitive, but she's only got about a week of sensitivity from having all of her dental work done last week. And Mari today is going to have a wisdom tooth extracted. She showed me the image of her x-ray. Her wisdom tooth has actually grown in like completely sideways, and the nerve is like over the tooth or wrapped around the tooth or something. So it's going to be, a surgery for her to get that removed. But she is so brave, and she is insisting on being wide awake for it. So Marshall was taking her this morning to have her wisdom tooth taken out. I feel like there's so much talk about teeth in the house. It's really reminding me that we are coming up, getting close to when we're going to have to start addressing what's going on in my mouth again, since it's been about 6 months since my surgery. We need to have a plan in place for somewhere around 8 months after I had my surgery. So it's kind of bringing it home. I've more or less forgotten it for the summer. It is something I think about from time to time. If you've watched any of our videos, you know what's going on in my mouth. So she's kind of reminding me that the clock is ticking. We have not a whole lot of information to share because 3 different oral surgeons now have signed off and told us that there isn't anything really that can be done until the 8-month mark after surgery. We're somewhere around 6 months, 6.5 months now. So it's time for us to buckle down and start thinking about that again. It's not something very pleasant, and it isn't something that I ran away from coming down here, but it's kind of been something I haven't had to think about too much since coming down to Colombia, but it's time to start figuring out what we're going to do about that. So anyway, taking the dog for a little 6 o'clock in the morning walk. It's the perfect time of day. It's nice and cool. The sun is up, but nothing has gotten hot yet. I'm back on the espresso train for the last little while that we are in Colombia. My beautiful United Colors of Benetton French press broke a couple nights ago, so I'm not going to replace it. I feel like flying home with a glass French press is, just another hazard. I was going to take that one home because I loved it so much, but I'm just going to make espressos. This morning I have 2 espressos in my gigantic Cracker Barrel mug that my uncle gave me. I absolutely love this coffee mug.
Okay, back with you. Knocked that out. About 2 hours. That's what it took today. It was so crowded in there. And there's only one machine to do squats on or deadlifts. So I had to wait for that for a little while. Good workout. The only thing that sucked, look up if you don't know, that one exercise that was on the screen before called a kettlebell windmill. It's great mobility, and I know that it's going to help with flexibility. But man, it stinks. It really stinks. Otherwise, it was a good little workout. I actually PR'd. I wanted to do one upper body exercise, but something that was body weight. And I wanted to do it with every exercise of lower body that I did. So remember, that's 15 total sets. What I ended up doing, and ended up, I guess, PRing, was push-ups. Just regular body weight push-ups. So I did 15 sets of 20. So I knocked out 300 of those today. I don't think I've ever done 300 push-ups in a workout. Now, they were not continuous. Like I said, I did them as I was completing each other exercise. But that was total for those. So anyway, good little workout. Gonna get some water in me, get back, you know the drill, shower up, start the work day for a little while, and then head to the chiropractor.
It's Friday. Off to the chiropractor.
Yes.
We got a silver.
Apparently, Les Miserables author is coming to pick us up.
Victor Hugo is coming to get us in a silver Nissan Tilden.
Tilden.
Another car I've never heard of.
Me either. We'll have to, but it looks like one of those little weird SUV sedan hybrids that are super tiny on the inside.
I'm not going to point out how it's silver because it's becoming a bit OCD, but
I think we've been in one white car. And
they're silver, gray, white, or black.
Every time
there, I did it.
Go out, we take an Uber. So we've been in numerous Ubers. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we told our chiropractor that we booked our flight home, and he goes, I don't want to know when it is.
I mean, he
said,
repeatedly
don't tell
told
me.
Both of us, please don't tell me.
Over and over, he kept saying, please don't tell me what it is. Please don't tell me. I don't want to know.
So are we supposed to make like a phantom
know.
appointment and
he
not
was like,
show up?
Can I see you? I need to see you next week, but I don't want to know if you're leaving. can I maybe see you maybe like Wednesday on next week?
We're like, yeah, we'll be
We're
here.
like, yeah, we'll still be here on Wednesday next week. Sure, we'll just keep making appointments. He wants an Irish farewell. We are good at those.
I was like, that's fine.
We
I'm
did an
used to
Irish
that.
farewell to everybody in Florida.
We did. Yeah, we did, except for the landlord. But yeah, we did.
Well, of course not the landlord, and
But
of
she
course
even
not
told
our
us,
not
she's
our
like-
chiropractor there either.
Yeah, when my husband and I moved out into another city in Florida, we kind of did that too.
We told our hairdresser and our chiropractor and our landlord we were leaving,
Yeah.
but everybody else got a good old Irish farewell. We can do that for him too if that's what he wants.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that he said that because
I
I
kind
thought,
of hate that. I would like the closure. But
yeah, he was trained in the U.S. He has a mentor in the U.S. So I was all about saying, hey, you ever in Florida again?
I
Please
know.
tell us. you
I'd
know?
like to stay friends, but if this is
Yeah.
how you want it, that's fine with me too.
Okay. Ooh, this is good lighting. Midday check-in for me. So we got back from the chiropractor, and I thought this week I had been having headaches, even though I know better, the base of my neck because of just kind of maybe doing the wrong movements or sleeping wrong on my side at night, and I know that back there that's really more along the lines of dehydration. So yesterday I just put a tablespoon of a Redmond salt in some water and gulped that down. That tasted like drinking ocean water. But today I found a recipe online for what they're calling nature's Gatorade. I use loose quotations, but both of my hands are tied up at the moment. So we have a blender. It's a pretty color, isn't it? I took the blender and Marshall brought me some coconut water. There's a little coconut stand in one of the parks that's nearby. So he very nicely done that for me. It's a cup of coconut water. It's one small orange, one small lime, about 1/8 of a tablespoon of our Redmond's salt, and probably 1/4 of a cup of watermelon, just all blended up. And I don't know how many ounces this is. I gotta look. I believe this is about 3 cups. I'm probably going to try to drink all of this over the course of today and see if that may not help for tomorrow. But I actually went ahead and made an Amazon order to have shipped back once we get home to get some electrolyte powder. I kept it always when we were in Florida and would kind of gauge my day on that. And stupidly did not bring it here. And so, I've had good days, I've had bad days, but this week I just kind of get nauseous in the afternoons, and that comes with the headache, and then it goes away eventually. So I'm going to try to add this in today, see how it helps, and if it helps, and it'll probably be something I do every couple of days until we leave. So just wanted to check in and tell the vlog that. If you use the recipe, let me know. I haven't tasted it yet, so I may get back on here and tell you that it's bad and don't try it. But for the time being, I'm going to drink this over the course of the rest of the day, and then check back in with you and let you know if I feel better, worse, no different, and whether or not this is worth your time to try to make. I forgot really quick. Julie wanted me to tell you, tailwind. God, that lighting makes my skin look horrendous. Tailwind is what I typically use in Florida and at home, and for anything endurance related. I love Tailwind. The Cluxtadextrin that they use is really, really good. So that's what I would use, but of course I can't get that down here. So we're going to try this. All the other ones on the market are typically just full of sugar. But yeah, we're going to drink this, and again, check in with you later.
All right, 2:30 pool chat time.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get our 1 hour of UV. I am not going to update you on what the temperature and the UV is because I think everyone's tired of hearing it. Probably exactly the same as Florida.
There's no clouds though.
No, it's been a really nice day. It's been warm, but not smotheringly hot like the last few have been, and there's been enough of a breeze. I finished my mochila bag completely. It is all done.
You did,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I just
That's good.
everyone likes it. I think it's really pretty.
Yep.
The strap is not authentic because I don't know how they make the strap. They weave it somehow, and I don't know how to do that. So I'm going to try to learn how to do that maybe when we get back home.
Okay.
If I make any more mochila bags. But I did crochet the entire thing and had a really good time making it. I'm kind of sad the project is over, but it's beautiful. It's really pretty. I need to transfer everything that's in my purse over into it now.
You have to start carrying it.
Mm-hmm.
I did update them this morning on the weather because it was the coldest morning that we had. I told them I was in a tank top and I was actually getting chill bumps walking because the breeze was still up and the water was still in the road from the storms last night. But update on the electrolyte drink, it was probably about a 6 out of a 10.
As far as taste?
Yeah, I would have to play with it a little more. Like, I think it needed more watermelon, and I would only have put in half of a lime because when you add the salt, the lime just makes it taste saltier, if that makes any sense at all. I think it's because of the tartness. My tongue was thinking it was all salt. So it was a little saltier than what I wanted, which is probably a good thing. I don't have a headache right now, and nothing is sore at the base of my neck.
Did you make it with real fruit?
I made it with, slices of watermelon and a whole small orange. And Marshall had brought me pure coconut water. They put it in its own little bottle.
And went to the park and got it from the real thing.
Yeah, he went to the park and got it from the real thing. And then a lime, which, we have, if we have nothing, we have limes.
Yeah.
Because they're like 10 cents for a bushel. So yes.
Not really, but
no,
they're pretty cheap.
They're dirt cheap, yeah. So I would do half a lime and maybe a little more watermelon. But that was the only thing. I couldn't taste a single bit of citrus outside of that lime.
But you didn't love how it tasted?
The lime was overpowering. A whole lime, because a whole lime in a cup of coconut water is a lot. But it told me, I was doing a recipe that I found online. So I'll play with it a little bit more because I have plenty of coconut water left. We have oranges, we have limes, we have watermelon. So I'll play with it a little bit more and maybe give you guys an update sometime next week. But it did, I feel better. I'll say that. I also found out, I told Julie, I said, I think I'm poisoning myself.
Oh, yeah. You didn't tell them this?
I didn't. And it's out of pure ignorance. It really is. But in Florida, I thought, well, if you need the desiccant powder, right, the little thing that comes in all of your bottles to soak up moisture, if you can get by with it without having it in Florida always, surely I can take the remaining bottle, which was very few, of vitamins, just a straight up Walmart Equate vitamin, with me to South America in a baggie. And I just noticed today, I'm like, those are, usually I grab it and immediately take it, but I didn't. I set it on the table and I wanted to drink it, or I wanted to take them with the electrolyte drink. I was like, there's black spots on there. And I start looking at the black spots and I'm going, wait, these are supposed to be pink. So I take it and I break it open. And it didn't take a whole lot of breaking, right? Because the moisture, there was no powder pack in there. So I break it. And I swear to you, it was like Spore City in there. I think it was mold. And I'm like, well, no wonder. Within 15 minutes, I'm getting a bellyache and nauseous, and my head's hurting. My body's fighting off.
How long has this been going on? That you've been feeling that way? Because I know you said the other day you felt gross after taking your vitamins. You didn't even notice?
Today's Friday, right? It's probably been this solid week. When we got back from the boat last week.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And it was because I didn't take any with me to the boat. And I was like, I don't. Julie can't put vitamins on an empty stomach, but I've never had issues with that. And I'm like, what is going on? My stomach is just killing me. And it would tamp itself down if I would have like a tablespoon of peanut butter before doing that, or have a few eggs, but it never didn't do it this week. And I think that's what it was. Idiot.
No, just didn't notice. You didn't know.
Oh my gosh. So those were thrown away. I know I didn't have enough to make it the rest of the time we were down here, but I made it a solid, 6-8 weeks, I guess, with it. So anyway, everything else, just so you know, all the powders, pre-workout and creatine, which you guys saw that on the vlog. They have their little powder packs in them, so they're not clumping. And then the one supplement I still have down here has 2 powder packs in it. So anyway, that's my update. So I had the electrolytes, and I think figured out the source of at least my nausea and my bellyache in the morning. So feel 100% right now, normal, and yeah, I feel good. So
Mari had her wisdom teeth surgery, and
I'm
she's
glad that
resting
wasn't
now.
me.
It went well. It was a complicated case because of the way her tooth grew in and her nerve around it, but she's resting now. Surgery went well. Everything is great. She's going to have, this is Friday for us that we're filming this, she's going to have a pretty low-key weekend, but everyone else in the house, we are tossing around some ideas. I'm not going to tell you what they all are because we haven't committed to we haven't committed to a plan yet. But Mari said she probably actually just wants peace and quiet to rest this weekend, and her family is here. So we might be doing something without her this weekend. I don't know for sure yet. We will keep you posted as soon as a real plan is made. But
yeah, yes, she looks like the old painting of the kid that leaves the dentist office that has the wrap around them with the ice pack. Like
she's got a lot of swelling and she's
yeah.
in some pain, I think.
So,
my aunt is recovering very nicely from her surgery.
Yeah.
She's very sensitive, her teeth are, and she's eating very carefully, but she's recovering very well too. So
she made a mistake and bought peanut M&Ms yesterday, and then realized what she had done after the
it's
fact.
hard. She's having a little hard time chewing, but that's because some of the crowns are off. So anyway, that's an update on everybody in the house.
Yeah. We're going to make I think a little date night plan for this evening too for us.
We have, we told you, I think yesterday or the day before, that Michael made a list of places we either want to eat at or eat at again. Try for the first time before we leave Colombia. And we have about enough places for every meal between now and when we leave. So tonight we're going to another burger place. Mm-hmm. Oh, help me. Do you remember the name of it?
Yes. Chef Burger.
Chef Burger. It's over near a little mall plaza complex that we went to once before on the vlog, but I don't think we actually ate there that night. But yeah, we're going to try a new burger place tonight, and
it's the only one that has as high a rating to support those. So.
It's the mall where I got my French press, if you remember that vlog weeks ago.
And did you update them on that?
Yeah, my French I did. My French press is kaput, so we're actually going to look. I would prefer not to buy another French press, just because I don't know how it'll be flying home with a glass coffee pot, and I don't want to risk breaking it. And it wasn't cheap to begin with. You know, you can get a French press for pretty inexpensive in the U.S., but this one wasn't cheap. It was by the brand United Colors of Benetton, so of course it wasn't dirt cheap.
Yeah, it was imported from the UK.
But it was really pretty. I mean, and it was really nice.
It was, yeah.
So we're going to go look and see if they have another coffee pot and if the price is, reasonable or the same.
It's me.
He wants cold
problem.
brew every night. I could just go out and get a coffee every day.
Yeah.
I could live on these espressos. I don't love espressos.
Well, and here's the thing. If we knew, I've been to how many places now? We've been to a few places now. And cold brew is on the menu, and then when we ask, they don't have it, or it's not been made, and it's like, well, okay. Yeah. Even at the one Valdez right down here at the mall, and so I don't know. Like Jules said, I think we're going to first try to source one. Second, see what the price is, and say whether or not.
Well, we looked all over before we found that French press.
These
French presses just aren't that common down here. Juan Valdez had one, but it was really expensive, and it wasn't even nice.
And it was small.
And then we looked that whole Vivo Mall over, couldn't find a French press. Exito does not carry a French press. So Cindy and I looked yesterday at Olympica and the pawn shop. I mean, French presses are not that common down here to begin with. So when you find one, it's definitely more expensive than in my opinion, it should be. And since we have limited time left here, and I don't love the idea of flying home with glass, I'm sort of thinking not to get one, but we are going to at least go back.
I'll say, what about this? What if we find one, and I know we probably won't, but if we find one for around 10 US, so 40,000.
Sorry guys, we got cut off there because my phone got overheated. Anyway, we're going to look. We already did this a couple weeks, 2 months ago. We already went on the journey. We couldn't find one. They were all expensive. So we're going to make the journey one more time. But if we don't find one, that's a good price. We're just not going to get it.
But I think that'll maybe give us an opportunity, if we don't, to kind of get out on foot in the morning and maybe find a cafe or something. Mm-hmm. So we'll update you and let you know what we decided to do with that. Yeah.
Take you to the mall with us tonight, little date night. And then when we have some committed plans for the weekend, we'll get back to you and let you know. It is late for us to be eating dinner. It's like 6:45 till 7. Normally we've finished eating by what, 5?
I like to cut my food window off at 7.
But we have been busy for the last several hours figuring out weekend plans.
We'll see.
But we are starving, have no food in the house. We're headed to that restaurant.
Chef Burger.
Chef Burger. I don't care about the French press anymore, as late as it's gotten to be.
Uber's on the way.
Yay.
We actually recognize
Is it silver,
this
black, or white?
It's a black Volkswagen Golf. We've been in, or I've not been in one, but I know what a Golf is. They forgot their F on the...
It's a Maria. We've never had a female Uber driver. Yay.
Yeah.
HGP.
HGP.
This is it.
Hola. Michael?
Hola. We just had the best Uber driver.
We did. I wanted to tip her.
Her name is Maria, and she talked to us the whole way. We had to use Google Translate.
Like we were 2-year-old, but I understood. I mean, I got
But everything she said it very slow and simple, and if I didn't understand, I was able to type it in Google Translate. But we talked about the weather, we talked about being here in Colombia for 3 months, we talked about all the cities we've seen. She told us all about Medellin, which is a place we really want to go and probably aren't going to have time. We just, the whole ride, and it was a long ride because of traffic, but she was so fantastic. Please send it to
I'm going to.
a nice one, a really nice one. I just get so happy that everyone is so willing to talk no matter how slow and awkward we are. And if I pronounce something wrong, they help me through it. It's been such a fantastic experience.
It has been, yeah.
I'm so hungry.
I know. I don't know where we are. We got to find it
Es la mejor.
Yeah.
I hope that's correct. We're in an Éxito. We have been walking around looking for this burger place for almost an hour. And there's 3 malls that are all joined together. Google Maps, Apple Maps, WhatsApp, their website. We cannot find it.
We can't find this.
Every time our little blue dot gets where it's supposed to be,
it moves.
It moves. And because it's a multi-floor mall, Google Maps can only tell us when it thinks we're there, but it doesn't know what floor we're on. But every time we think we're there, we check all of the floors.
Yeah, we've tried
like up and down. It's getting kind of ridiculous. Like
a little bit.
It says they have an active number that they're not using. It says they're open. They have posted to their social media lately. Maybe we should send them a message on Instagram. We have literally wandered 2 of the 3 malls, and it's the 2 that we know it has to be in. I know we're not good with directions, but this is getting kind of ridiculous. Michael has found a Porthos. Is it in the 3rd mall?
Which apparently is another Chef Burger in that mall too.
And then when we clicked on let's just go to Porthos, Chef Burger popped up in the 3rd mall. You look so short. We're on an escalator if you can't tell. And we'll feel really stupid if we search 2 malls thoroughly. I mean, every floor, up and down, even the parking garage, and the exterior entrances. We knew there were 3 malls here, and we only searched 2 of them.
Because it said it was in this one.
I know what it said. But before we got on the vlog and told everybody how we had done our absolute best, we should have probably checked all 3 malls, right?
And get into Tell and Bring.
In all fairness, we did ask for help one time, and this is the way he said to go.
That was the guy who just passed us and looked at us
He
like,
said,
where are you coming from? We just passed him. We literally just passed him.
We're walking through a tunnel and overpass. Take the overpass over the street. I understood that. He said, go down 1 floor. I understood that. And then he said something about on the right. Now I'm thinking he meant go to the mall on the right, not look at the store on the right, which was like a shoe store or something.
Okay, now we know it's across from the Crown Plaza, so I should be able to see it somewhere, maybe out here.
You mean over there?
Yeah.
I don't know, but we have found the bougiest, nicest mall complex. Remember, we came to the one mall we haven't thoroughly searched.
Yes.
That night we got average dog food.
Yes, we need street level here because it's in the next mall over that way.
That's our bad.
So I think that's what he was trying to tell us.
Yeah.
The next section of the mall.
The next whole mall, I think.
Yeah.
Was it worth it?
No. it wasn't worth waiting that long, or searching how many city blocks to try to find
Should
it.
have gone to Porthos.
We should have just, it's literally, I'm looking at it right now, it's just down the way right here.
It was not a bad burger. It
Yeah,
was
it was.
just,
It was very subpar.
it was subpar. And I don't know why it made the Burger Master list. We're going down the floor, right?
Yeah, it's right behind you.
Oh. I don't know why it made the Burger Master list. I really don't. It was not a bad burger.
The
It was
fries were better than the
by
burger
far
was.
the worst one we've had since we started this challenge.
If I can make them as good or better at home, it's a bad burger, and I feel like we could
Oh,
have
you
made.
can totally make a better burger at home.
So
You
there
can.
you go.
Yeah. Oh well, wow, that
It's
was
okay.
sugar.
It's
I didn't
okay.
even bother to film ourselves reviewing it because we were so
First bite, I go, Julie, this is the worst burger we've had.
I honestly, I could tell as soon as I saw it
Yeah,
that I was like, well, I'm not gonna love this, but I can at least eat
and
this.
it wasn't, the toppings
And I
weren't
ate it.
even
Didn't
creative.
eat the fries. The fries were, I ate one or two, and I'm like, these are completely not special. The bun was not special. They gave
Unfortunate.
me, it was supposed to be an avocado burger, which I thought would have like slices of avocado. It had a whole half of an avocado
It did.
upside down,
I mean, a
but
big
it wasn't ripe yet, so it was hard. Like
Ew.
it was slippery, so it kept sliding out of the bun, but it was so thick, it was hard to bite through it. I asked for medium.
Guacamole on a burger is not good for me either. Mine came with guac.
I asked for medium, and it was way undercooked. Way.
Oh no, was it?
Yeah, I like that in a steak, but not in a burger. I did taste the dipping sauces that the French fries would have gone in.
Okay.
Nothing special. I'm sorry. And our waitress was actually kind of moody. I understand there's a language
That's
barrier.
one way of putting it.
I understand that. But she was just, she actually...
She was unwilling to help. She talked me into an appetizer, and I didn't even realize what was happening. I thought I was
she
ordering
asked me what I
American
wanted
French
as a
fries.
side, and I understood her, and she listed all the sides, and a bunch of vegetables and French fries, and I always say French fries because it's just easy, and I don't usually eat any of the sides anyway, including the French fries.
Papa's Francesas.
And when I asked for Papa's Francescas, she just kind of like stood there and stared at me,
Yeah.
and then she repeated all the sides again, and I said Papa's Francescas, and she just kind of looked at me, and then she's like, Papa's? I was like,
See?
I must be saying it wrong. I said Francesa. Whatever.
You did.
Now I'm second guessing myself.
And then finally
Francesa?
she was like, oh, I get it. Okay, yes.
I don't know. I did this with cheeks wrong. I was saying it right, and then all of a sudden I started saying it wrong. And then she spun around so hard, she hit me in the face with her ponytail.
Well.
I'm sorry, I tried my best. Anyway, and then we never saw her again. She
Yeah.
came out and took our order, drinks, food, everything. We never saw her again. She isn't who brought us our food. Food was set down in front of us and by somebody else. It was nice.
Check was brought by somebody else.
Check was brought by somebody else, and then the third person who brought the check was like, they let us know that they did not add a 10% tip.
And Julie's like, oh, good.
Well, that worked out
We were going to have to ask
perfectly.
them to take that off.
I wouldn't have actually asked them to take that off, but
No,
I was saying to Michael, I was like, do you really think we should tip this lady? Because she's been kind of rude, and she hit me in the face with her ponytail. I just know that she could have done purpose.
Sin propina. So we're like, okay.
So I'm sorry, we're terrible people. We didn't tip, but they didn't put a tip on the bill, so we let it go that way.
Maybe
Not a good
it's
burger.
the first place we've ever been to that they didn't put
It's
it
so
in.
hard for me to say that. I don't like to be negative. It was not a good burger.
It wasn't. No.
Whatever number of burger places we have tried, that is on the bottom of the pile currently.
Very much so. Yeah.
It's number last.
Yes.
This mall is super nice, though. There have been dozens of dogs in here.
Yeah. That is a puppy dog.
I know. Sleeping dogs. Dozens of dogs in here. I said that. And it's going to be the most expensive Uber ride home. I guess they know it's out of town.
$4.
This is nice.
Oh, it's
Conglomeration
super nice.
of malls.
I would love to kind of see what all is in here. And they have a really nice theater, too.
I'd love to talk to you in this lighting, but this is terrible lighting. Let me show you the skyline. I'm going to update you. Our plans for tomorrow have changed. It's about 9 o'clock at night. Here's you a beautiful look at Barranquilla. So our plans for tomorrow have changed. Mari is not feeling the greatest because of her wisdom teeth, and she wants a nice chill day at home. She's actually thinking she might go over to her parents' house and hang out with them. But Marshall and Cindy have booked a motorcycle and a place to stay in Minca. And Cindy's never seen Minca. She's never really been to a jungle like that before. Michael and I were super, super excited to go back to Minca. It'll be our third time. And that was the plan until we realized we have no way to get there. It is way too late in the day now to be able to rent a car. And we don't have Mari's parents' car like we normally have had on weekends. It's because they have a car in the shop and they can't loan us that car. So we were planning on taking the bus to Santa Marta, but it turns out the bus will not allow dogs. And we were forced to put Abra in daycare the last 2 weekends because we had family plans, the boat in Cartagena, which can't take a dog on the boat, and then the weekend before was the big birthday party, and a dog would have probably been a little bit too much in a stressful environment like that. So I just don't feel good about putting Abra in daycare for a third weekend in a row and being away from her. I didn't bring her all the way to Colombia to board her all of the time, and this is a weekend where I would make a choice to put her in daycare and it's not out of my control. So I've decided we will stay here with her. Not entirely sure what we're going to do tomorrow. Michael and I are pretty disappointed not to be able to go to Minca, but we're certainly not, we don't have another option. The only other way to get there would be to hire a taxi, and I looked it up. It's over $150 US. So we're not going to take a taxi, and we're not going to ride the bus. Actually, that was an Uber. Let me not misquote myself. I looked up an Uber. It was over $150. I haven't looked into a taxi ride, but you know, it's 2 hours to the town and then like another hour to Minca. So all of that to say, we are not going to Minca. I'm sure Marshall and Cindy will have an excellent time, and I'm excited for them. I wish I could be there with them, but Michael and I are going to try to come up with alternative plans for the weekend because we're kind of going to be on our own. We won't have a car, and Mari's not feeling so great, so we're not going to rely on her for any transportation or to show us around town or anything. We are just going to try to wing it on our own and see what we can get into. This is going to be a true adventure for the vlog. But that's my little update. I hope you've enjoyed looking at the skyline for 3 minutes straight. I don't have anything else to say, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I hope we have a fun weekend. We're going to totally wing it on our own, language barrier and all, no car. See what we can get up to this weekend. Probably right here in town, somewhere in the beautiful, beautiful city of Barranquilla. I'm actually getting excited for this adventure.